Welcome to today's video at Reach Better Health, and what I'm going to do is try to guide you through the personalized booklet. So here we go. And I'm going to go pretty quick. You can pause at any time, but I'm trying to make this video short and very specific and right to the point, so therefore I don't waste any of your time. So on page number 2, you're going to see that there's objectives for the next 60 days. I'll let you go through it, but to summarize it, you're going to do a pre-assessment, find out where you're at in the 5 components of fitness. You're going to create short-term and long-term goals. After you do so, you'll have the ability to create your own personalized workout routine that's going to help you improve in your particular components that you're trying to work toward. You're also going to track your fitness and nutritional activities and assessments. Every 3 weeks we do assessments to find out how we're improving, and if we're not, we're going to have to reevaluate and basically game plan for the next 3 weeks. And by doing so, we're really focusing on performance-based fitness. And number 6, you're going to compare at the end where you were at and then what you've accomplished. So if you would go down to page number 3, and it's strategic planning, and what you see in your booklet right now is just a yellow piece, and that was more focused toward teenagers. And I added up here, and you can write this into your booklet. If these are some of the goals that you want to add toward in the next 60 days, maybe it has to do with appearance, reducing stress, muscle mass, adding muscle mass and toning up, reducing body fat, maybe there's medical reasons, or improved vitality is just having more energy. And I added these in just for this video because these are more specific toward adults, whereas for kids they really don't have to worry about improving vitality or reducing stress and so on and so forth. And number 2 on page number 3 is you're going to highlight the obstacles that might stand in your way. It's very important to understand what is in front of you, and that will help you set goals to overcome those obstacles. Still on page number 3, we're looking at how to set up SMART goals and specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. And the one that's highlighted in red right here, the why, to me is the most important reason of your success. Is why, what do you want to achieve, how will you achieve it, and why is it important to you? That why has to be so big, and if it is, that's a motivating factor. That's going to help you be successful. If your why is not bigger than your obstacles, then you're setting yourself up where it's going to be an uphill battle. But if your why is so important to you, any obstacle that comes in your way, you're going to find a way around it. There is no obstacles if your why is huge. On page number 8, you can pause again if I'm going a little bit too fast, so I'm going to try to keep this very quick. On page number 8, after you did your pre-assessments for the mile run, you're going to fill in up here for assessment number 1, and you don't have to worry about these dates. These dates were more specific toward the kids that I'm teaching, but you can fill in your mile score. And again, you can choose, if I would say between 12 to 14 is the range I would choose for adults that are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. And if you're pretty athletic, you might want to go even lower. You want to go to the 14-year-old, or maybe a little bit better than that. You can lower those numbers if you like, but ideally I would be in the 12 to 13-year-old range. Okay, so just an example real quickly is if I'm a male and I ran the mile in 11 minutes and I wanted to get it between 8 to 10 and a half, I would write down assessment number 1, 11 minutes. And before I write down my goal for the next assessment, I'm going to look below where it says guidelines for goal setting, and look at the bottom where it says 3-week short-term goal, because that's what we're going to be writing up here in a second. I could decrease my time by about a minute. That's realistic and attainable. So that 11-minute mile, I could write down 10 and a half or 10. That's doable. If I was in healthy fitness zone, so let's say I did a 9-minute mile, I can probably decrease my time by about 30 seconds. And lastly, if I exceeded the healthy fitness zone, so between 8 minutes to 10 and a half minutes, and I did a 7-minute mile, what's realistic is in 3 weeks I can improve by 10 seconds or 15 seconds, and I would write that in. I would do the same for curl-ups, also for push-ups, and finally for sit and reach. And then I would go over to page number 4 and take those results from page number 8 and 9, and I would start writing in what my short-term goals are. And I'm going to give you an example of mine over here. For cardio vascular fitness, a 7.5 minute mile. I want to improve by 15 seconds in 3 weeks. And you can see for push-ups, curl-ups, and for my sit and reach, how, what my short-term goals are. And again, you would continue to go down to the next number and describe how you plan to meet these particular goals, and kind of like how would you overcome those obstacles that you had already identified. You also would do the same for long-term goals and how are you going to meet your overall goals. If you go to page number, I think it's 10 or 11, you're going to see the 5 components of fitness and the FIT principle. And this page is what personal fitness trainers would do with you, is they would assess you in these different components, and here's the definitions below just for additional knowledge. And then off to the left hand side on the bottom, you'll see frequency, intensity, time, and type. This is a FIT principle, and this is your exercise prescription, and this is a generalized one. And you're going to be able, on a sliding scale, which you'll see in a second, is to increase or reduce your frequency, to up your intensity, to lower your intensity, to work out longer during your workout session or less, depending on how you did on your fitness assessments. So the page that follows the one I just showed you looks like this, and we're about to fill in where you see those numbers, 1, 2, 3 for cardio, number 1 for muscular fitness, number 1 for flexibility. So I'm going to highlight mine here. For cardio, I'm looking, my type of exercises are going to be jogging / running, and I have 2 videos I can do at home in case it does rain. For muscular strength and endurance, my normal workout, and then for flexibility, stretching as I do my cardio workouts, as I do my muscular fitness workout, but I'm also adding yoga. So even though it says number 1, I actually put 2 things down, and you could put as many as you feel fit. For frequency, for cardio, I did 3 days a week on week number 1 because I was out of the country, and when I come back into the country, I'll be doing between 4 to 5 times a week, so I can improve by my 15 seconds or more. For my muscular fitness workout, I used to do 2 times a week for the last 7 to 8 months, and I'm upping it to 3 times a week because I want to see more results. I've set different goals. And then for stretching, it should be every day. And as you know, when it comes down to body composition and nutrition, we should be eating healthy every day. So again, looking at this page, I assume it's page number 11, is if you look at the bottom, we have our goals for week 1, week 2, week 3. So we're going to highlight what I put down. For week number 1, I knew that, being out of the country, it was going to be difficult to do the cardio as I wanted to do. So what we have here is I do my muscular fitness and my flexibility on Saturday, cardio on Sunday, so on and so forth. So you can see I checked it, and I also went into greater detail on my smartphone, entered specifically what my workout would be, when it would be, and give me an alarm about an hour in advance so I knew to get ready to do my workout. And finally in this video, and I'll create another tutorial for this, is the last part, which is to me probably the most important part, is when people think about getting in shape and improving their fitness and overall wellness, sometimes they overlook nutrition. So these are some of the tips that I've been doing for the last 7 to 8 months, and within those 7 to 8 months with my workout plan along with eating healthier, I lost 20 pounds and I put on muscle mass. My body fat percentage went down 10%, and more importantly, internally, I lowered my cholesterol numbers, and I also lowered my triglyceride numbers. So again, you can't go wrong with eating breakfast every day, to eat 3 to 4 hours every day. And again, I'll go into greater detail in another tutorial in the future. I wish you the best of luck. If you have any questions, you can email me at reachbetterhealth@gmail.com.